my March wrap-up and April TBR, so let's begin. First, real quick, I actually have an addition to yesterday's video. I bought one more book. It's Mud Woman by Joyce Carol Oates. It is like $5, so I had to. I'll read you the back. Mud Girl is a child abandoned in the silty flats of the Black Snake River. Cast aside, Mud Girl survives by an accident of fate or destiny. After her rescue, the well-meaning couple who adopt Mud Girl quarantine her poisonous history behind the barrier of their middle-class values. But the bulwark of the present proves surprisingly vulnerable to the agents of the past. Meredith M.R. New Kirchen is the first woman president of an Ivy League university. Her commitment to her career and moral fervor for her role are all-consuming, but when confronted with challenges to her leadership she could not have anticipated, the fierce idealism and intelligence that delivered her from a more conventional life threatened to undo her. A reckless trip thrusts MR into an unexpected psychic collision with Mud Girl and the life MR believes she has left behind. A powerful exploration of the enduring claims of the past, Mud Woman is at once a psychic ghost story and an intimate and compelling portrait of a highly complex contemporary woman cracking the glass ceiling at enormous personal cost. It sounded interesting to me. I have not read any Joyce Carol Oates books. I actually own two. Haven't read them yet. I should probably do that. But I've heard really great things about this author, so I am excited to finally read something by her. This particularly sounded very dark and intense, which, as I've mentioned, I enjoy. The books I read this month are the Hunger Games trilogy, which is just in the most beautiful packaging I have ever seen in my entire life. Afterward by Jennifer Matthew. Lies We Tell Ourselves by Robin Talley. And A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. So those are the books that I read this month. The first book I'm going to read this month is The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. I don't know a whole lot about this book. I heard about it on Sasha's channel over at A Book Utopia a while ago, and it just sounded really interesting. I believe it takes place in a society where people are more compelled to murder? I probably should have researched this because I don't remember the synopsis, and the back isn't really that helpful. The back says, "Welcome to the Murder Complex. You cannot see us, you cannot feel us, but we are here, and we control your every move." The next book I am planning to read is Of Fire and Stars. Of Fire and Stars is about Princess Denalea, who is betrothed to be married to the Prince of Mineria, so as to seal the alliance between Mineria and her homeland, protecting her people from other hostile nations. But Denna has a secret. She possesses an affinity for fire, a dangerous gift for the future queen of a kingdom where magic is forbidden. Now Denna must learn the ways of her new home while trying to hide her growing magic. To make matters worse, she must learn to ride Mineria's formidable war horses, and her teacher is the person who intimidates her most, the prickly and unconventional Princess Amaranthine, called Mare, the sister of her betrothed. When a shocking assassination leaves the kingdom reeling, Mare and Denna reluctantly join forces to search for the culprit. As the two become closer, Mare is surprised by Denna's intelligence and bravery, while Denna is drawn to Mare's independent streak. Soon, their friendship is threatening to blossom into something more. So, I'm excited about that. Next book, I described it in the last video, so I'll just link that down below if you want. But like I said in the last video, I'm excited to read this. It sounds very fun, very twisted. Kinda got an espionage vibe. I don't know if I'm right about that, but either way, I think this is gonna be fun. So, eager to read that. And the last book that I'm planning to read this month is a reread. It is Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. I read this book when I was in 5th grade, I think. And I loved it. It's been on my favorite list for quite a while, but I actually haven't reread it since 5th grade. I just read it the one time in 5th grade and that was it. So, I've been meaning to reread it for a while, and I actually just rewatched the movie like 2 months ago, so I decided to finally take this back off my shelf and give it another read. I don't remember very much about it because it's been so long. I just remember, Opal and she got Winn-Dixie and it was chaos. It's really the basis of my memory. I'm excited to reread this. That is it for today's video. Let me know down below if you have read any of the books I've mentioned, any of the books I've read this month or I'm planning to read next month, and let me know what you think of them. Alright, bye!